Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show. I'll be breaking down the stock market. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, definitely consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond and get some fantastic daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of long term and short term setups, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. And now, let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. And you can see Danish pension fund to sell 100 million in treasuries, citing poor U.S. government finance. Then we got Netflix narrow earnings beat report 325 million global subscribers. So that's why Netflix is getting a beating, and that's why probably it wasn't actually going up recently. It was just kept going down. So that was the reason because all the big boys they already know what's actually going to come out. Now, with that being said, you can see Dow slides 870 points, and you will see that trade on Dow that we took. S&P drops 2% for the worst day since October on Trump tariff threat. That is to 8 countries in Europe, and that's why you're seeing this sell-off that's actually taking place right now. So, what happened today in the market? Dow was down 1.76%. Nasdaq down 2.39%, S&P down over 2%, but Russell again only down just over 1%, advancing only 26%, so that tells the story, and then declining almost 71%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500, only basic materials and consumer defensive was on top. Pretty much everything else took a massive beating. Look at technology here, down 3% on the day. Stock market heat map, and you can see, I mean, pretty much red across the board, except some names on consumer defensive, some names from healthcare or medical services right here. But you can see Nvidia took a massive beating today, down 4.38%. Broadcom 5.5 almost. Microsoft making a new low, 1.16%. Oracle down nearly 6%. Apple took a big hit, down 3.46%. And that thing is going down for almost, 8 weeks now. Google down 2.5, Meta down 2.6, Tesla over 4, Amazon 3.40%. So big down day on some of these big names. And if you look at the fear and greed index, now back to neutral at 48. We have some things that are coming up pending home sales tomorrow. We got GDP, and then we got core PC. That's the one that Fed actually look at. So this is gonna actually move the market. On Friday, we also have Michigan consumer sentiment. And now let's get right into SPY ETF. All right, so on SPY ETF, it's down 2%. And if you look at my screen, we had a big gap down, and we were actually never able to recover today. Came back up to where? Well, if you look at my screen, close to that 685 zone, and immediately the rejection came in. If you look at this 15-minute chart right here, you can see we had that move up to the upside, and then it was forming a bear flag here. And what happened right after we broke that bear flag? Things just did not go well for the S&P 500, and it actually went down. Now, couple things. You guys probably saw my video over the weekend, 3-day weekend on the stock market, where it says big drop. Well, we got a pretty big drop today, but it's not a crash or anything like that. People were just overreacting on X, posting all over the weekend, just crash, crash, crash. This is not a crash, but we got pretty big drop, uh, just over 2% on those comments from Trump, and then how these countries will reply to those tariffs, if it's going to actually stay on, or you're gonna see actually these tariffs getting removed like we saw before, and something gets worked out in between states and the European countries over Greenland. But so far, everything is just the way it is, and the market sold off pretty aggressively today. Now, also, I said it before in my video, people that are subscribed to my channel, you know that when market actually at all-time highs, I'm not bullish. And you see the reason why, because imagine you're FOMOing, and there were some comments from some of you guys out there watching my videos saying that, the tech earning is here, it's gonna have a blowout earnings and going to all-time highs and just boom and all-time highs. You cannot get bullish here, guys. 50% of the people were bullish here. And this is exactly why you're seeing a reversal from all-time highs. So what is next? Well, 5 is the new well target on SPY. That should hold up this week. If we can hold right about here, this bearish engulfing candle, this one, if we can hold right about here, we're trading actually a little bit outside the Bollinger Band, the bottom one. We're actually below that. So we had a massive gap down. We're already outside the weekly expected move. So we might come back in. And where things can go, well, definitely now, key support will be right down here, that 674, 675. If we can recapture possibly that 50-day 681 can get over, especially this support, 685.88. Well, now that would be a resistance. Then we might see a push towards that gap at 690, but I don't think we're going there unless we get some good news. But if things are going to continue to the downside, watch out for this key support right down here. And so far, we're getting pretty frothy to the downside. So we might get some sort of a rally back up to the upside. And I'm not saying going all the way back up to 690, but at least that 685.88 that is possible here on SPY ETF. Here's my X account, and if you guys are on there, definitely give me a follow. And there is no subscription, nothing. It's totally free. And I want to share some trade ideas that we got paid today. Was pretty big, and you can see IWM puts 255, April 17. Then we got KRE puts. Then we got DIA puts doubling down at brand new all-time high. And what happened today, guys? Low puts, that was another one that we took. We added more, and today that one was also down. So all the puts got paid today, and it was really a fantastic day, seeing a lot of people making money. And that was just really awesome today, that we got finally some sort of a dip in the market. So if you're really serious about trading and you want to do this full time, definitely check out my link down in the description for Patreon. On IWM, it's down 1.20%. So this was fantastic. And you guys saw that play we took. And this thing had a doji type of candle. We talked about it over the weekend. And what happened from there? Well, it was actually 260, but then in the morning it was 261. This is exactly where I got out with really nice profit. I think about 30% on my position, which was really good. A $5 drop on IWM, you get 30%. I'm happy with that. And this was a heavy position, guys. So IWM paid a lots of money today and then went back up and then came back in again, down for the day, just over 1%. So what is next here? Well, if you look at my screen, again, we got an inverted hammer, 260. That's going to be a key level to hold. But if this thing does not hold 260, the next one is at 258 and then 255. To the upside, if IWM can actually remain over 262.91, we could see a move back up to 265, maybe even going back up to all-time highs once again. And that, IWM, the small caps are the one that are looking really good right now, even with that pullback. I mean, this thing did go back up at one point, almost was going green, and then because of the market, everything was down, so it did not get that strength from the market, so it came back in. On triple Q, it's down over 2%, and you can see we got a massive gap down and crap, and we did not actually recapture anything today. Just barely held on to that support right here, right about 606.85, and we came all the way down here. And now you can see right here on this daily time frame, it's actually below the lower Bollinger Band, which is sitting right about 611. Intraday, we went back up to 613. As a matter of fact, 615, but you can see the rejection came in and then went lower all the way down to this key support. So 606.85, that's going to be a key support zone. Underneath that, you'll see a flush, possibly down to that flat 600. Now to the upside, if this thing can actually retrace back up to the lower Bollinger Band, 611, maybe even gets over 613 and holds over that level, you might get to see a move up to that 50-day moving average, which is sitting right about that 616 mark. And over that, we have resistance at 617. Also, the gap fill reversal and the resistance will be at 618.88 here on triple Q. On Dow, it's down 1.73%. So here's another play that you guys saw. Dow, we showed it pretty much near all-time highs and just waiting for the right moment. And you can see we did not close the gap, but that was my target 484. And we did hit 484 today and got out for really, really nice profit on this one. Now we have a gap on top. Two gaps on bottom just opened up recently. So we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, guys, look at this. That 484 support did hold up today. As long as that holds, we might get to see a push back up to 488.47, maybe even up to 489.66, and then this gap at 492.27. If it does not hold at the gap fill reversal 484, we could see further downside 80 and 476 here on Dow. On VIX is up. I mean, this thing is up massively. And you can see we got up to almost $21 today. And then came back in just a tiny here, nothing really big, but we're trading way, way outside the Bollinger Band. It's sitting at 18 and VIX is trading over 20. So whenever you see these type of patterns, guys, I know a lot of people will now say, oh, the market is going to go and crash and all that. But again, when VIX was down here and I was making videos, guess what? Lots of people said, oh, VIX down, low fear, and we shouldn't be fearing anything and just buy at all-time high and sell at a new all-time high, like that MU director that actually bought MU at 337, buying at a new all-time high and selling at a brand new all-time high, which is insane. Some people just don't learn. They would buy at an all-time high and expect profit, and then if it goes south, they would like, oh my God, why my entire account is red? Well, you took a stupid trade at all-time high. You're expecting more upside. That's not going to happen for you when VIX is down here at 15 bucks. And this is exactly time and time over and over happening. And recently, retail traders, investors, people like us, well, not myself, but I'm a retail trader as well, we got really bullish on the market, guys. Put your call ratio went to the moon, and people are just extremely bullish in the market. If we talk about anything bearish, people would come after you. They would comment really negatively. But it's not about bull and bear. It's all about managing the risk and not buy anything higher. Try to sell at a brand new all-time high. You're gonna try to buy it at a lower price and sell at a higher price. That's the goal of buying and selling in the stock market, right? So VIX, careful. If we come back in, 18 bucks is the support to hold. If this thing holds up, we might go back up to 21, 23.80, maybe even higher. So it's looking really good right now, VIX, but it could be coming back into that $18 area where we had resistance before, and now that can act as a support. Now, in case with Trump, some news comes out, that they got a deal on Greenland or something, and the tariffs goes out of the window, guess what? Nobody's gonna stop, and market will be right back up to those all-time highs because we're not too far off. We just got a 2% pullback, so I'm not saying market is crashing or anything yet. I mean, it's just a normal pullback. It's nothing. Today's pullback, a lot of people are having a lot of drama out there with 2% pullback. I have seen 5, 7% pullbacks in recent times, and a lot of you guys did also. So 2% pullback is nothing, guys. It's absolutely nothing. It's just an opportunity. If you want to go in now or you want to wait for more, we'll see how that plays out next few days. And a dollar, that's another one I need to talk about it before we wrap up this video. We had a massive down day. And why? Because a lot of geopolitical reason, all these things that are actually playing out, the dollar is weakening. And weak dollar is definitely not good for economy. Definitely not. And that's why you're seeing the dollar getting crushed. I mean, look at the scandal. Look at the size of the scandal. It was actually Red Friday, and today we had a big move to the downside, down nearly 1%. And if this thing continues, we might be coming down to this critical support, which is a monthly support. And you do not want to see dollar breaking this support, because if it does, what's going to happen? Everything is going to collapse. So watch out, guys. Market is right back down from all-time highs. It does not mean that we cannot go back up to those all-time highs, but again, we got to take one day at the time, really slowly, and we have to be careful trading going into next couple sessions.